Yeah. Question and answer. I got this letter that Mr. Mosier sent me, and I take special attention to these letters. Those of you that are interested in sending Sue and I something, a letter, a postcard, cookies, gold bars, money. Let me find it here. I've got my email address on it. You can find my email, or I shouldn't say email, my mailing address and my email for that matter, in a description box below every video. But just in case, there's my email right there that you can send me a letter or whatever. Email comments. If you don't want to put them on the comment page on the video, I gladly read them there. I get your opinions. Also, here's my P.O. box right there. I'll give you a chance to write that down if you want to. And I go there. I should say Sue goes there on an average of, say, once a month. Sometimes we may do more than that. If I happen to be going up to the camper and the P.O. Post office is open, then we'll swing by and I'll check the mail, and then we either go up to the camper or whatever we're going to do. But it's not something we do every day. So, sometimes we might be a little relaxed in getting back to you for a thank you or something. But yeah, send your cookies and your gold bars to that address right there. If you have any videos that you want to send me, and don't send me the card of the video where I have to download it and all this kind of stuff, just send me a link to your video. And I'm not going to say more than that, because if you know what a link is, then we'll be doing just fine. And there may be a chance that I may take your video or part of your video and use it on one of the WNL shows, because I look for content for that WNL show to make it interesting for other people. So, and I encourage people. And here's there. SkipSmithVideoDownload.com. You can either send them there, or you can send them to G1RUMP2Y at gmail.com. Either one. I find them videos, but you can send me those videos, a link to those videos, and I'll look at them, and I may have to edit them. If there's music or anything like that involved with that video, let me know where you got that music content, because I don't want to get copyrighted. And so I always use, let me see if I've got it here. I always use Epidemic Sound, and there's a good reason why. Here it is, right there. I use Epidemic Sound. And I'll tell you why, for those of you that's thinking about doing a video. I know you can get free music in a lot of places. 99% of it sucks. It just isn't very good. But here's the thing. There could be a lot of content creators out there that say, hey, I've got this music. I give it to you free. They encourage you to use it, and it's all free. Please use it. Please use it. And it's kind of a scam in kind of a way. And I'll tell you why. I feel, and scam might be the wrong word, but it could be a business decision. And I'll tell you why. They put all this music on Spotify and all these places where they put it and tell you it's absolutely free. You can use it in your videos. You can use it, blah, 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 free. Well, after they get about 100,000 people using that song over and over and over and over again, or many of their songs over and over and over again, and there's been, like, say, 10 million uses of that one song. And it doesn't take much to use 1 million to 10 million uses of one song. Now that person can decide 5 years from now, maybe even 8 years from now, maybe 2 years from now, he'll just decide, you know what, I'm going to start copyrighting my music, because I could make a little bit of money here. So he does. Every video that you've used up to that point with any of that person's music on it now, copyrighted, every one of them. You may have 100 videos with his music on it or her music on it. Now all of a sudden you're going to start getting copyright notifications. You get too many copyrights, and YouTube will just shut your channel down. And that's why I won't use it. Here's the thing about Epidemic Sound. And I think that the link to Epidemic is below my videos too. If you use that link, then what they do is for every person that signs up for Epidemic using my link, then I get like a month's free. I mean, it costs you like $15 a month or something, but you use their music, you use it once on your video, you can just go unsubscribe after that. Because that one song that you used, you can use it now forever and ever and never get copyrighted on it. Well, I stay with Epidemic Sounds because I use tons of their voice contents, their sound effects, music. I try to use different types of music so my videos don't seem so, well, I'll show you right here. Right here. Epidemic Sound music right there. Here's another one. If you come to my Wednesday night live shows, that's was the original ending. I upgraded the pictures, taken out backgrounds, and redid it. But here's another one. Now, that probably doesn't mean anything to you, but that's all Epidemic Sound. I could literally unsubscribe now from Epidemic, never pay another dime, and continue to use those intros and outros for the WNL show forever and ever, and never have to pay anything more or never get copyrighted. So, use the link to Epidemic Sound. I'm not being sponsored by them or anything. I'm just saying for you new YouTube people that keep going to YouTube's free music, they got a few songs on it that's not bad, but most of what they got sucks. It just does. Okay. I'm going to get onto this letter I got. I better get rid of that, huh? Let me see here. Where's it at? It's one thing to have this stuff, and then it's another thing to find it when you want to get rid of it. There it is. It says, Dear Mr. Smith, my wife and I have watched many of your videos regarding life in the villages. Either we missed this topic or maybe we never addressed it. The wood shop. I did address it many years ago. Spanish Springs area was the only wood shop. Now we got two. One's down Brownwood down here. I never signed up for it because it was just too complicated to go in and do the simplest jobs. And maybe that's what your problem was. I haven't read this yet. So I was very disappointed, to say the least, with my first experience with the wood shop. We have only lived here 1 year. I had many projects modifying our new home to our liking. One of the projects I worked on was installing some wood shelves in the guest bedroom. The shelves I purchased needed to be cut for width. I took the 3 wooden shelves to the wood shop on Rolling Acres Road. I needed 1 inch cut off 3 shelves. I couldn't believe what I was told. First, I could not enter the wood shop even though it was open. Second, before I could cut the shelves or have someone do the cutting, I had to fill out an application to join. My name would then be placed on a waiting list. Third, there were several hundred residents ahead of me on the waiting list. Fourth, they said I would probably be called within 3 or 4 months. At that time, I would have to pay $200 initial fee to join. Then I would have to pay a yearly fee of $75. Finally, I would have to attend a class to demonstrate my skill on power tools. Skip, the fourth note above was the only one that made any sense. My question is, would you please verify my concerns and reference them on one of your videos? What a bunch of crap to go through to cut or have cut 3 shelves. I solved my problem. I bought a table saw off Craigslist. Any questions, please feel free to contact me. This place is bizarre. Dennis Mosier. Well, I am going to address it here. I can't say I know much about it. I think I can give you a couple of answers on a couple of things. One is, that doesn't surprise me. I tried to go into the wood shop years ago, and if you watch all my videos, you know at one time I was a master cabinet builder, custom cabinet builder. I worked for Gentry's Cabinets in Anderson, Indiana. And so I knew my way around tools pretty good. And they give me this same line up there many years ago. It wasn't $200 then, I don't think. It was a little bit different, maybe $100 or something. The yearly fee, I don't remember that either. So that might be something that they've added on. I don't want to swear to this because it's been so long I forgot what they told me. But I didn't even go to the shop. I mean, after a phone call conversation, I knew right then I'm not doing all this. Not for the little bit of work that I was going to do around here. I'm not going to build a home. I'm just going to do a couple of things like you're talking about doing. And so I went up and just bought the $99 special table saw they had at Lowe's on sale and set it up on my workbench out in the garage. And I did what I wanted to do with that. And then as far as 90-degree cuts on trimming and things, I just bought a simple miter box. Slower, I know, but it worked and all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to say this about a lot. I'm not defending the villages for some of the rules they set up, but in some ways I understand it. It's all about liability. I mean, our country has allowed attorneys to do what they do. We've allowed judges to do what they do, and they've turned this liability thing almost as job security for everybody. And we've allowed it. It's stupid. Remember the lady that spilled hot coffee on her at McDonald's? One attorney accepted that case. He should have been suspended, as far as I'm concerned, for even accepting a case like that. I mean, what did this lady expect? She got hot coffee, and she sued it on the principle of basically the cup didn't say hot on it. Well, what the hell did you expect when you ordered the hot coffee to start with? So anyway, what did she end up getting from McDonald's out of that deal? $1 million. The attorney got so the judge should have reprimanded both of them and threw them out of court. I mean, that's just the way I see it. Common sense in this country has turned into just looking for ways to sue somebody. That's why our insurance is crazy. You have to have insurance on your property. So in case somebody comes on your property, trespasses on your yard, uninvited on your yard, if they fall and break a leg, somehow they can sue you for something. In my mind, you just kick him back out in the street where he belongs so you don't belong in your yard to start with. That's just the way I see it. I'm waiting for the first lawsuit here. People walk their dogs all the time. They don't know anything about anybody's yard. They let their dogs walk in people's yards, take a poop over here, take a pee over there. I don't like it. I never did like it. But what happens when somebody has their yard sprayed for a lot of stuff? I know a lot of stuff here being sprayed, they tell you it's animal friendly, it's plant friendly, like the weed control stuff. It won't kill trees, won't kill bushes, but somehow it just knows how to kill just weeds. I don't know. Sooner or later, some dog is going to be on somebody's yard and get this chemical stuff on their paws. And they're going to go home and lick them paws. And they're going to get sick. And they're going to decide that it was something that was sprayed in somebody's yard that killed that dog. Or maybe caused them thousands of dollars worth of medical issues. And somebody's going to want to sue somebody because of that. And in my mind, that's unsuable. You trespass somewhere on somebody's property without permission. You didn't know what was in that yard. That makes you a dumbass, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, they allow this. And this is why we have these rules. What if somebody goes in there, we don't check him out? He says he knows how to use this machinery, but we don't really know that. And he cuts a finger off. He's going to sue the villages, right? What if somebody goes in there and he ain't paying attention to what he's doing and something happens? He's going to sue the villages. And I'm sure they got certain rules in there saying you have to wear eye protection all times inside. I can understand that. Even though if you compare it to the mask issue we have now, there are certain people that's going to tell you they're not going to wear them glasses. They don't want to wear them glasses. Or they're going to argue with you, my eyeglasses are my safety glasses. And they may not allow that. They're going to say, nope, you got to put these goggles on or you can't come in here. And it turns into an argument. I mean, that's what happens here. Some people just always try and tell somebody else how to do things. So these rules are in place because of liability. I'm almost 100% sure of that it covers their butt. They're going to have you sign a release too, probably, saying if you come in and use our equipment, even though we do all this training, all this checking you out, making sure you know what you're doing, you got to sign this liability saying if you hurt yourself in here, you're going to hold us harmless. I'm just guessing here, but I'll bet you do. And I don't blame them for a lot of this. I know you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. All of this is really the way we look at that is it's kind of an insult to our knowledge. And that's how I seen it too. And it just kind of irritated me. So what? They want me to do what? Don't these people realize I was a master cabinet builder? Well, no, they don't know who I am. They don't know who you are. And what you're saying is actually true. It's just ridiculous. All I want to do is cut a couple of inches off the end of a shelf. It's you're in, you're out, you're done. And they're telling you, well, it's a $200 fee. Yeah, I understand. It's a bizarre practice, but I also understand the developer's point of it with the liability going on. Why we, as a nation, as a whole, as professional lawyers and professional judges, why they've even allowed all this crap to go on is beyond me, but they have. There's nothing we can do about it. We just have to play the game. So the only thing I can say is, enjoy everything else that you can. And for those of you that doesn't live here, that's thinking about moving here, just know this. All these things in the villages, even though you might think it's part of the villages, it's not free. There are a lot of things here that is part of your amenity fees that are free, like family pools and neighborhood rec centers and regional rec centers and things like that to go to them and everything. They are free. Well, free. We're paying for it, but they're there. But there's also a lot of things here like glass fusion classes. That's very popular here. The village's wood shops are popular. And there's some other things that are popular. They come with a fee. You just can't walk in and say, I want to use it because I'm a village resident. They don't do that. I'll tell you another one. Exercise centers. There's a lot of, I won't say a lot, but there's quite a few of regional rec centers that inside the rec center is an exercise room, with all the treadmills and all the things that the healthy people like to do. Well, those aren't part of your amenity fees. You got to buy a membership to use them. The only ones that are free as part of your amenity fees are the outdoor exercise equipment, which are around. I don't know where they're all at. I know up in the historical area up there, there's one up there. Sue and Deb, and I think I've even done a video on them up there on the walking trail. They're there, and anybody can use them. And I think they got them maybe somewhere around the Rohan area, maybe, or maybe, I don't know. You have to find them, but they're around. Those are free. But the indoor ones, no, you got to buy a membership for those. So don't think when you come into villages, everything you see here is absolutely free for you to use. There's quite a few things that are not. You got to buy a membership, a club membership to use them. Executive courses are free here. They're part of your amenity fees. Well, they say they're not, but they got to be. They are. They're maintained. The thing is, if you're going to walk them with a pull-behind cart, let's say, that's free. 100% free on the executive courses only. If you want to drive your golf cart, now you got to pay for a trail fee. And if you're going to be full-time, go to your regional rec center, buy the yearly pass or the 6-month pass. You'll save a ton of money. Otherwise, you got to pay $4 every time you play golf driving your golf cart. And I think it's $4 per person that's in that golf cart. I think. I could be wrong about that, but you want to double check. Just if you're going to be here full time, just go to Regional Rec Center, buy the yearly pass, be done with it because it saves you a ton of money. It's like $144 a year. Do the math. You play golf 3 days a week. That's $12 a week times 52 weeks, or versus $144 a year. So just know you're buying a lifestyle here when you buy a house. Really, you can buy a new house anywhere in Florida or anywhere else in the United States for that matter. They're everywhere. You're not buying anything special here. It's just a new house. There's probably a lot of questions about hurricane standards and things like that. That's fine. But yes, you can buy a new house here. You can buy a new house over at other retirement places on top of the world's one. They're everywhere. You can buy a house and call Ira. He'll take you around Florida all day long and show you new houses everywhere. But basically what you're buying here is to be part of the lifestyle. Golf cart access to everywhere. There's hospitals, the grocery stores, to every square, to every bank, anything inside the village's properties, which is 3 counties big now. I mean, it's large. It's not like it's a little pasture field with a swimming pool and a bunch of trailers around it. That's not it. It's big. And so you can take a golf cart and go anywhere you want to go. And that's the way I choose to live. My wife doesn't. She takes the car to go 1 mile down the road, which irritates the hell out of me. But anyway, that's just the way it is. But you're buying a lifestyle here. That's exactly what you're buying. Home just happens to come with it. So just know that not everything's free. Do your due diligence. Check everything out. Come down when you talk to the real estate people. Ask the right questions. Ask the hard questions. And make sure you're getting the right answer. And I don't know how you do that exactly, but I can remember years ago when they first started selling houses down in Finney, and I had no problem with Finney area, other than I would have a meet and greet with somebody, and then I would ask them if you'd felt any vibrations about the dynamiting at the quarry. And they were just shocked when I even asked them that. I said, yeah, there's a quarry down the road down here. It's been there for many, many years. And they said, well, our salesperson never said anything to me about it. Did you ask? They don't have to volunteer information to you, but you have to ask the right questions. And I don't know how to do that either. I mean, I don't. I mean, who would think about going to anywhere and buying a new house and look at the salesperson and say, hey, is there a quarry around here where they do dynamiting? How many people actually go to buy a pre-owned home and ask this question? Has anybody ever died in this house, inside this house? Personally, that wouldn't bother me a bit. But there are some people that they're superstitious about that kind of thing. I wouldn't think about asking that question. But, and maybe the salesperson wouldn't know, but you got to know in a retirement community like here, I could be here today. I could be gone tomorrow. Sue could be putting this house up for sale next month. I may have died here in this house. And so if that kind of stuff, bothers you, you need to ask the right questions, the tough questions, the hard questions, and don't be embarrassed when you do. Because I always said, remember this is your money that you've worked your whole life for to save and keep. And so don't let anybody fool you about anything. Ask the right questions, ask the hard questions, and get them right answers to make you, because you're the one that's got to sleep well at night. With that being said, I'm going to get this posted up. Sue and I is trying to get this camper ready and get it packed. She's got one more treatment, and then we're going to hit the road. Somebody sent me a thing. It should be on my RV channel about what route we're going to take. Well, I'm not going to put it on here. I'm going to put it on my RV channel. If you want to know where we're going and our route I'm going to take, you have to go to the RV channel. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Have a great day. See you guys on the other side.